Breaking news. Denver Broncos fans are ecstatic. What a game, my friends. The Broncos pulled off one of their most exciting wins in years on Monday. If you're happy about this win, hit that like button hard, and if possible, write, "Go Broncos. Let's make the playoffs." Now, Sean Payton and the entire roster are headed for a well-deserved bye week. The Broncos are 8-5, shattering preseason expectations that had us at just 5 wins this season. We're now firmly in the playoff hunt with a 77% chance of making it there. Let that sink in for a moment. 77%. This victory wasn't easy, but then again, when has it ever been for this team? The Broncos walked into this matchup with the NFL's latest possible bye week, facing a team on 10 days rest. Critics might dismiss the win, claiming we've only beaten weaker teams, but let's set the record straight. The Cleveland Browns, despite their struggles this season, were no pushovers. This is a team that beat the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their defense, the best passing defense in the NFL last year. And yet the Broncos came out on top, proving once again that this squad isn't just playing for pride. They're playing for January. Let's talk about the man under center, B. Nix. He silenced his critics with one of the most electric performances we've seen in years. Yes, he threw 2 interceptions, but the positives far outweigh the negatives. How about a 93-yard touchdown dart to Marvin Mims, tying the record for the longest pass by a Broncos quarterback? And he did it with Myles Garrett barreling down on him. That throw alone was a masterpiece, threading the tightest window imaginable and drawing praise from former players like Chase Daniel, who compared Nix's play to none other than Drew Brees. If that comparison doesn't excite you about the future of this offense under Sean Payton, I don't know what will. But it wasn't just Nix. Cortland Sutton stepped up once again, recording over 100 yards receiving. Sure, he had an early drop, but he redeemed himself with critical catches down the stretch, including one against Denzel Ward, one of the league's premier corners. Then there's Jerry Jeudy, who had 8% of his career yards in this single game. Yes, he had a big night, but let's not forget, this is the same player who, after leaving the Broncos, talked a big game about coming back to haunt us. Well, Jerry, you might have racked up the stats, but it's the Broncos who walked away with the win. Take that L on your way out. The offense is finally clicking in a way we haven't seen in years. Scoring 41 points isn't something we're used to, especially in prime time. 2 pick sixes and multiple big plays reminded the league that the Broncos are a team to fear. Even a Buffalo Bills fan texted during the game, admitting the Broncos are the one AFC team he wouldn't want to face. That's the kind of respect this squad is earning, and it's well-deserved. But let's be real, this wasn't a perfect performance, especially on defense. Without Riley Moss, who was held out as a precaution after an MCL injury, the secondary struggled mightily. Levi Wallace, stepping in for Moss, had a rough night, allowing 9 targets, 5 receptions, and 137 yards in the first half alone. It was hard to watch at times, with receivers like Jerry Jeudy appearing more open than we've ever seen in professional football. Still, the coaching staff made adjustments, inserting Chris Abrams' dream late in the game, which helped stabilize the defense and ultimately seal the win.
This victory wasn't just about surviving, it was about sending a message. The Broncos have rattled off 3 straight wins, and if not for a blocked field goal a few weeks ago, we'd be talking about 4 straight. Confidence is sky high heading into the bye, and the playoff path is clear. With the Colts up next, a team we match up well against, the Broncos have a real shot at extending their lead in the wild card race. Rested and ready, this team is gearing up to make a serious push, not just for the playoffs, but to make noise once they get there. So, Broncos country, how are we feeling? Who's your player of the game? Does your game ball go to Nix for his historic throw, Sutton for his clutch catches, or maybe the entire team for rallying together in the face of adversity? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns as we head into one of the most exciting stretches of the season. This is Broncos country, and the playoffs are in sight. Let's ride! The defensive story in this game is a tale of 2 halves. Early on, it was almost painful to watch as the Broncos allowed Jerry Jeudy and the Browns' offense to run rampant. The absence of Riley Moss was glaring, as Levi Wallace struggled to keep up. At one point, Jeudy was so wide open on plays that you almost forgot how polarizing he was during his time in Denver. For all the criticism he's taken over the years, Judy delivered a standout performance, but it wasn't enough to topple the Broncos. The adjustments in the second half were critical. Chris Abrams' dream came in, and suddenly, the Browns' offensive momentum slowed. The Broncos capitalized with 2 late interceptions, including a near pick six from Cody Barton. These key defensive moments gave the Broncos the breathing room they desperately needed to close out the game. While it wasn't the defense's best outing of the season, far from it, it highlighted one crucial fact. When this team is healthy, it's a different animal. Riley Moss's return after the bye will be a game changer, allowing the Broncos to shore up their secondary and avoid situations like this moving forward. This game also added another layer to the ongoing conversation about Vance Joseph's future. The defensive coordinator has drawn interest from teams across the league as a potential head coach candidate. While this performance wasn't his finest, it serves as a reminder of how much his system has elevated this team. One bad game doesn't erase the fact that, for much of this season, the Broncos' defense has been one of the most reliable units in the league. If anything, this game might help Denver hang on to Joseph for a little longer, something fans should be happy about. Offensively, the Broncos are showing a level of dynamism we haven't seen in years. That 93-yard touchdown to Marvin Mims wasn't just a highlight, it was a statement. It showcased the connection between Nix and his receivers, the offensive line holding firm under pressure, and Sean Payton's ability to scheme big plays when it matters most. Moments like this are why Payton was brought in, to restore belief that the Broncos can compete with the NFL's elite. Watching this offense drop 41 points, including big contributions from players like Cortland Sutton and Marvin Mims, makes it clear that this team is finally turning a corner. And let's talk about Marvin Mims for a second. This rookie continues to shine in big moments, and his connection with Nix is only getting stronger. His ability to stretch the field and make clutch plays has added an entirely new dimension to the Broncos' offense. With Payton pulling the strings, it feels like this is just the beginning for Mims in Denver. The energy around this team is palpable. Fans are starting to believe again, and the league is starting to take notice. When you have other fan bases, like the Buffalo Bills, texting during the game to say they don't want to face the Broncos, you know you've done something right. The narrative is shifting, and it's clear this team isn't just fighting for a playoff spot, they're fighting for respect. After years of being overlooked, the Broncos are making noise, and it feels good. Now, as we look ahead, the bye week couldn't have come at a better time. With key players needing rest and the team riding high on confidence, this is the perfect opportunity to regroup and make a strong push for the postseason. The Broncos face the Colts next, a team nipping at their heels in the wild card race. But with Denver's 2-game lead and the momentum they're carrying, the odds are in their favor. And let's not forget, this isn't just about securing a wild card spot. Depending on how things shake out with other teams, the Broncos could be in contention for something even bigger. So, Broncos country, as we head into the bye, the question isn't whether this team can make the playoffs, it's how far they can go once they're there. This squad has shown resilience, playmaking ability, and a knack for stepping up in big moments. The future is bright, and the road ahead is filled with opportunities. Who do you think will be the X factor in the final stretch of the season? Will it be Nix, Sutton, the defense, or someone else? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And remember, the best is yet to come. This is Broncos country. Let's ride into the postseason together.